What's up, everybody? This is the poker coaching study session. Today, we're going to be looking at
Playing in position versus a low jack raise. Oh, wait, no, worse. Playing out of position. We're in the big blind, defending. We're gonna be losing a lot of hands here. Playing from the big blind, defending against a low jack raise. Here's the drill. I'll go first. This is using the peak GTO trainer. Ace 10 suited. This seems like it's right in the heart of call country. There's probably some raises also. Raising ace, king, and ace, queen, definitely suited. Probably raising some wheel aces, and then the middle ones doing a lot of calling. That's my guess. Yeah, 75%. Good, we call. We're out of position. We are going to check. This is a reasonable check raise flop against a small bet. And against a big bet, we are continuing. We are never folding. There's our small bet. Let's continue by raising this one. That seems fun. Raise. And the raise is now we're just supposed to call. Let's see if it works. Well, apparently he folded. Good for me. All right. Up next is the not real Scotty, who is Larry.
Yeah, this is a pure defend. No, we're not too betting this. One time. No. Check. He's gonna bet small frequently here.
He bets big. It's king, king. He can bet big on a king, king.
I think
That
we
seems pretty infrequent.
I think we fold to this size.
Okay. Yep. Mostly fold.
I'd-
Art, you're next. Mike, and you were going to say on that one, you think that is a
infrequent bet sizing on that flop
yeah, let's take a look
in
at
those positions.
Yeah. Let's just look at his range on that board.
Yeah,
hand
I mean,
results.
It's I think it's a really good board for him, and I think generally when he's got a significant range advantage, it's gonna bet small and frequently. But
All right. This is him on the flop.
yeah,
So
yeah, this is low fee.
that's range, and you're right, it is infrequent. But not minusculely infrequent.
Yeah,
And it's across a lot. There are certain hands that never want to do it. You know, never is an exaggeration. That rarely want to do it. And it's Art's turn.
Oh, flop, I don't know. I guess we call, but not that.
All right. You're gonna call. I think this is a fold.
Oh, yeah,
I
I'm
think we
very
need-
happy.
I
Fold.
think 10 against low jack. Well, let's see. Call. Yep. Just fold it. Here's your range.
I think ace 10 might even be. Well, this is no rake, right?
This is no rake.
Oh, very
So I
nice.
suspect. Yeah, let's see what I suspect it. I think it's an ace 10 mix. Oh no, let's see. Yeah. Here's his raise. Comes to us. Ace jack. Is your call.
yeah, I think it's reverse implied issues dispute.
Yeah.
Against EP.
Right. If you look at this in GTO Wizard with a rake and 2.5 raises, all these are in full frequency. You have even some suited this is suited twos. You've got some king deuce, and you've got some of these there too, with mixing raises. In the offsuit branch, I think it's, I don't remember if it's ace. No, it's probably just ace jack. I don't remember. but it doesn't matter because this was to
Low
three.
jack to a 2.5 in the wizard. There's some ace 10 mixing,
That's my
but to a
baby.
3x, it would be pure fold.
Good. Okay. Excellent. All right. Back to here. Take another one, Arturus, so you can go so you can go post flop.
I saw 10-7 is folding, so jack 8 must be close. It's still triple gapper, kind of.
Yeah. I'll remind you of it.
Um. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Against to the
So-
low jack, we are not, we're suited nines.
Okay, makes sense.
I think it's also a factor of 3x or a 5.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly that. Okay, so with that, let me go back to the correct one. So this will be a fold. We just saw that. All right. This one won't be.
I
Still
don't
you
pay
are turn.
attention to it. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Is it mandatory free bet? Okay, I see you hover free bet, so let's free bet.
Oh, do the one you do in game. In game, you three bet this, right? When you look down at queen, queen, and someone has raised you, you three bet them, right?
3x you can call, like jacks you call, queens is like kind of you can
Alright.
start mixing.
Okay, which one do you want to do today?
Free bet. Because
Alright. Three bet. Yeah, but it's
Mhm.
doing a simple three. It's simplifying it. Three bet them all. You are
so
punished.
we free bet very connected board. I don't know if you get to range bet, especially we have a lot of connectors which kings, queens. I don't know if he starts raising, I don't think we have enough hands to defend with. I start with a check here.
Okay. Check. Yep, mostly checks this one.
I was thinking if it's arrangement. Okay.
He checks behind. That's good.
Yeah, we didn't improve our range. It's very competitive card, so I guess we keep checking. Check and pray.
Check. Yep, a lot of checking. He checks behind.
B20 seems reasonable, so let's do quarter pot. But no diamond,
Quarter
I don't
pot.
know, maybe it's torching.
Eh, I think it's time to get value from a jack.
There's not many
It
cards.
doesn't want to. Nope. No value from a jack for you. All right. Tura.
3 bet. I'm gonna start with a small bet.
It likes the bigger bet and the check. But motion's fine.
It looked like it mostly checked.
We'll go back and take a look when we
Okay.
finish.
I'm gonna check the turn.
Okay.
We're blocking his out of folds and I'm gonna fold.
Sadly, fold sadly. All right. On this one, what it liked on the flop was a big bet.
Okay.
It's okay with the check. It likes a big bet and it doesn't hate your size. I mean, if you look at the EV, it does it some. But it's subtracting points for you for doing it. All right, Mike.
Sure. Ace 3 suited. I'm to the low jack here. Oh man, I think I'm just gonna call this one. I probably might have some percentage of three betting, but I save it for the ace four and the ace five on a pure basis. So I'm gonna call.
That sounds good. The wizard mixes this one, but I think peak GTO does exactly what you said. I think peak GTO does the five pure and mixes the four. And all of, and none of that matters. It's, the region does it, the region mixes. And you can play the region as the region. Okay, this one mixes too. Great, we cut, check. Hey,
All right. Check. Ooh, the big size. We face the big size. We are just going to call.
there's some raising there even against the big size, but not, but it's mostly calling.
And we check.
Sadly, we check. Check back, check back. Yay.
Ooh, okay. An interesting river for us, I think. Ah, well, we have, okay, so they still have a lot of hands that we're going to lose to if we show down here. If it goes check, check, we're going to lose a lot. We're going to win some.
Mhm.
Do we want to bluff? And that 10 seems like a good one for us. I don't think it likes us bluffing with this front door, but our kicker is so bad. I'm going to bluff this one. No, I don't think it's going to like a bluff. Let's check. Let's check and have it prove me wrong.
Right, so it's gonna, but we're all bluffing the ace three of diamonds here, right? And we
Yeah,
can be,
if I didn't have the front door, would not be just checking this here.
yeah, we're bluffing, we're gonna bluff jack eight here, things like that. So we're gonna do a lot of bluffing here. We just give up on this combo. And you know something? Even this combo is gonna go for it. All right, let's look at that bluff on the river. There. All right, so when we get to the river here, we have very few other ace threes. That makes sense. Ace three of diamonds being the most common one, and it bluffs 100% of the
I think
time.
you're looking at in
I'm looking
position
at
play.
him. I'm looking at him. This is us. Thank you. All right. We have very few ace three of anything but clubs, but when we have diamonds, do we have none of it? We have none of it for there. Okay. But hands like jack eight, only of clubs? That's how we only get here with clubs? That is value. There we go. Jack nine does it all Jack nine does it all the time. Even the front door clubs. Other bluffs. 9-7 doesn't care about the clubs. 9-8 doesn't care about the clubs. All bluffs.
How about that 8-6?
8-6 is got a 6, which is enough showdown value.
Yeah, but I wanted to see how much it does have some bluffing in there. That's why I'm.
It does some. So so all this stuff. 5-3, it doesn't care about your low clubs. What it does care about, so there's bluffing all across this range massively. Your king jack is doing it. You just don't bluff your ace highs, pure. Ace jack is enough to try to show it down. Ace queen is value. Ace jack is enough to show it down. Ace 10 is value. Ace 9 is enough to show it down. Ace 8, ace 7, and they're all clubs. Ace 6 has the pair. All right. Ace 4 is the pair. Ace 3 is our hand, and it likes to bluff it. The check is not wrong. Ace, and this is because we only have the clubs there. Okay. See if I can get away with doing one more round before I get taken out of here. All right, king 10, it's Joshy. You get a hand if you want one. If you want to turn on your mic, we're in the trainer. You are in the big blind, defending against a low jack raise. Do you want to take this one? And if you don't want to turn your mic on, you can also do this in the chat and just answer how you would play. Let me get to Zoom. Let's see if Joshy responds in the chat. Oh, there, your mic's on. All right. I have to go back to the exercise.
Welcome,
Alright.
Joshi.
Welcome, Joshy. We are playing this one. All right. So you are in the big blind, Joshy. Joshy is gone. All right, Dean.
Hello?
Dean, you're in the big blind with king, queen suited. The low jack has raised you. You're in a cash game with no rake. What do you want to do? He raised you to 3 big blinds.
Raise to 12.
He's going to raise to 12. All right. Raise to 12 and call. Both are good. You raised and he folded. So take another one because you're going to go post flop. You got ace 5.
Do it again.
Hell yeah. Ace 5, solver special, 100%. That worked. 5-5.
Call.
I am right. No raises. 2% raises. 1% raise. Call. All right.
Check.
And he thinks for a while, goes in the tank, and then bets big.
Hmm. I'm kind of already indifferent right now. Ah, man.
Indifferent between calling
This
and
point,
folding, or indifferent
yeah.
between raising and folding, or raising and calling? What's your
Calling,
indifference?
folding.
Yep, I agree. Which one today?
Let's fold.
Folds today. Yep. That's just what it is.
Did it ever
All right.
raise? I did see.
It did. It
A
had,
little bit.
it looked like it was 30% raises on that.
I was thinking that too. A little
Yeah.
bit. The paired board. Get like better 6, 7, 8. Not 8,
Yeah.
but
I said raise. I'm sorry, 30% call. No,
Yeah.
it doesn't raise at all.
thanks.
Okay, this is me. Ace jack suited. We are going to call this one most of the time. It's gonna mix some raises, and today we are raising it. 81%. Oh, it's mostly raising it. Good. And he folded. Yay. Aces. We're gonna raise this. We'll be raising this. This is a raise. Oh,
Please call.
Jack 9. This is a fold. Let's go post flop. King 9, also a fold. Ace 4, also a fold. King 5. In the wizard, this is never folding. And which is to 2.5 instead of 3. In peak GTO to 3, I think this is going to mix some folds and not raise. I'm going to call it this time. But I think it's going to mix calls and folds in this one. No, it's still a fold. You got to go all the way to king 6. All right. Queen 8 suited. This is a call. Queen 8 and Jack 9 are the edges of the calling range here. Call. What? Queen, it's king 8? Let me look at that range again. We saw this range, by the way, just so you know. This is me having seen a range and not remembering it 2 minutes later. This is the range. All right. King 7, Queen 9. I thought it was like king 6, Queen 8. Because as I said, the wizard has this into the king 4 range, has king 4s in there and Queen 8s and Jack 8s and 10 7s and 9 6s like that. But we don't get that for 3. So Let me get one. Now let me get one right. King, jack. King, jack is a fold. It's gotta be because ace, jack is the first call. Yeah. This, this thing is taunting me. It does not want me to go post flop. Here we go. All right. This was a raise last time, so we're raising it again. It's a majority raise. There we go, 81. And he finally, all right. This messes both of us. My range, I have a range advantage. I'm not in the range, I just have a card advantage. On this one, ace three suited. Do I even have ace three suited in this situation? Yes, I do. Does he? Yeah. Has he folded his ace three suited here? Some. I don't have 3-3. He doesn't have 3-3. Okay, 6-6. So with that, I'm going to bet. Out of position, bet 6.1. It wants to bet bigger. When it bets. Okay, I picked up equity. That's what I wanted to do. So let's continue to bet. And
Yeah, I think you need to polarize.
all right, let's go this polar, 22. No, I didn't even see whether it was bigger polar or a check.
Wants to check, it looks like.
And well, I think this farce is over now. We are beat. I don't think we can triple barrel this one. Yeah, it's time to give up and lose. Let's see what it liked from that hand that I butchered. Okay, on 6-3-3. It likes the bet, but it wants to be polar on this one already. Okay. When following the small line, so here we go. All right. So when following the small line on this 8, on this node here, we are ace jack suited, it wants to give up. That it wants to check the heart. No, am I in the right node? Yes, I'm in the right node. Yeah, even when we pick up value, even when we pick up equity, we do not continue the bluff when we've gone small. If we had chosen the right one,
No,
was
yeah,
that the right?
that was pre-flop. Nope. Undo.
Okay.
Undo.
Undo, go back to, see, he's gonna
Huh?
let's undo it by doing this. Here's how we're gonna do it. We're just gonna close this window, go back here and study it, how to put it back in, rather than into the board ourselves. Okay, the correct node here is on the flop. This is us. This is our ace jack suited. This is hearts. When we bet, we want to bet big. So let's bet big here. That was this node here, bet 14. And we're going to assume that he calls, because if he folds, the game is over. We get our 8. And now our ace jack, after doing this, going big, we can now continue it somewhat big. And the right size is 32.
Can you go
Which
over
is-
ace king?
Yeah.
Right, for instance, as an example, okay. Yeah, ace king suited. All right, cool.
Yeah. Yep. Ace king suited wants to have the hearts or unblock all of the continues.
I'm
to put
kind of
him on a
surprised
flush.
ace king suited wants wants to bluff more because I think it has a little bit more showdown than ace seven.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. But what it is if take a look at ace jack of hearts and compare it to ace king, yeah, it's a lot. The difference is a
How
lot.
how about ace queen?
Checking 24%, checking. Ace queen is all over the place. Ace queen really wants to go for it. Ace 10 really wants to go for it. So the motion of what we did with the ace jack was sensible. And it's just playing a little game here of kickers that is hard for me to understand.
Can you check out the low jack node after the big blind bets big?
Yes. It has no raises across the thing. It has folded out its ace 10
Yeah.
already.
So the threshold is ace jack
Mhm.
and then ace king off, no matter what, no matter the suits.
Yeah. And against the big bet, it didn't continue with any backdoor flushes that are, just here. It only continued with pairs and this region.
And king queen suited with the back door and ace
King,
jack
queen
suited.
prefers a backdoor. Yeah. And and these two prefer a backdoor. They don't require it, but they prefer it. Ace 5 requires it. Ace 4 requires it. Okay. And the last thing the only other thing we wanted to see is when we make this bet and he calls, which means he's just so value heavy here, value and way up there. We get the 8, we improve, and on the 8, our ace jack, when it bets it, it wants to go for the bigger size, which is 60% pot. Still polar, not super polar. We make that bet. And now he starts to fold out some pocket pairs. All the way up to jacks.
And now he's jamming or no?
When he raises, he is jamming. And you prefer to not have a heart when you jam. To put us on our heart versions of it. Okay, I think that's all we needed to know. And when he calls, we give up. And when he calls the big size, and we get this brick river. And here we are. Value, value, value. Some of this bluff continues. Only one ace king does it. We're gonna guess that with a heart, we give up because we want him to have a heart. Yeah, with a heart, we give up. Without a heart, we can blast our ace king here. Same thing here. With a heart, we give up. Ace queen does a lot of giving up, even without the heart, but gives up the heart all the time. Ace jack just gives up, which is weird because you'd think it wants to get ace queen or ace king to fold. But these low ones don't. All the way down to ace 5, and ace 3 is value. So we're not bluffing ace high very often. Ace king being the exception, and ace king. Yeah, so you need ace king to bluff, which is weird because you'd think when you bluff, you want to get the ace king continues to fold. But we don't. All right, Larry,
Okay, let's look at our hand.
let's look at a hand.
That's full.
At the fold.
This is a fold.
You said, I assume you just said fold and when your internet connection was garbled?
Oh, sorry.
Alright,
I think we defend this. We might have mix some three bets, but I think we mostly just call.
we mix by going 100% call. That's how we mix.
Check. And we fold to that size.
I'm waiting for the answer to that question.
Oh, sorry, we fold.
Yeah, I only heard the can we.
We fold.
There we fold. Alright. Arturas,
Call.
with 24% raises.
Check. Difficult spot right now. I should study the spot actually. I don't think we want to bet check spot here, so we check again.
Right.
And we are
Obviously,
not
it's gonna
even
do
allowed.
some betting. But let's see how often does it check. Yeah, 53% of the time it checks. So I think that's
Or what,
perfectly.
or 150?
We'll go back and look at what the sizes are. It worked, he bet. Good job.
Let's go big, check this. So we are mega polar, we are at big, not big
How big?
range disadvantage, but max big, like 18 or 23, like mega big.
Yep, which one?
It's same, 18, let's do 18.
You said 18, all right, 18.
Okay.
It likes maxer, it likes maxer in the big,
Yeah,
but
makes
the
sense.
idea is. All right, let's take a look now. At just that little bit.
Like
of it.
3x spot maybe
Oh,
makes
yeah.
sense in the turn, but I don't know.
So on the turn, we do a lot of checking to induce a bet on the river. And when we bet, it really likes max big, not jam.
Yeah, but 150 kind of too small, no?
It's as big, it's the biggest one it gives us that isn't a jam.
What is that percentage wise?
150.
That is.
Like
Let's
what's
see.
the pot? Where's the pot? Oh, 10.4.
Where-
So it's basically pot size.
Yeah,
It was 6, no? It was check on the flop. 6.5.
yeah, this is the turn. Oh, no, yeah, this is, we're on the turn node.
Yeah, so pot is 6.5. I don't know why it says 10.
Yeah, that's weird. Why does it say 10.4?
That's weird. Yep, that's just weird. That is an error. Let's take a picture of this error. Right, oh, because he bet. It's check bet. So we're on the turn now. On the turn, we check. He bet his 3. The pot is now 10.4. He bet his 3.8. So we're facing its 3.8 bet.
No, I thought it went check, check.
On the flop, then on the turn, we check the turn. We check raise to the turn.
Oh, okay. Yep. Good. Thank you for clarifying. Yep. That's right.
Yeah. So on the turn, we mostly check, and when we bet to 9.8.
Yep.
But we chose the check line. Right? Isn't that what happened?
Yeah, we
Yep.
Yeah,
check
we check to induce.
and then they bet. Yes, you're right, Scotty. That's why it's 10.
Right, okay, good. And then it's 10 and then we go pot size. All right, and was there any other thing we wanted to know? Nope. Okay. So next is Tura.
Fold.
Fold.
Fold. Fold.
Yeah, sadly, we fold this.
Fold. Not sure.
No, it's a fold. We're folding the double gappers.
Fold. Call.
Flop a set, flop a set. Don't flop a set.
Check. Um, Fold, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, just fold it. 18% calls, but it's never gonna go well for you.
Never check raising.
There wasn't a check raise there. I didn't see one.
Yeah, we have better
Uh,
bluffs, I guess.
Mike,
Fold.
I got a question for you. Can you go into config and configure what cards we have?
I might be able to, but because I got to this through the bread and butter tool, I'm gonna stay with it.
Okay,
But maybe when we do a custom one of these, the Peak may let us do that.
alrighty.
Right.
Okay,
And it looked to
call.
me, by
Right.
the way, for just a second there, that the that the Jack 10 mixed. There's this little freak Jack 10 here that I think we can ignore. But that's interesting.
Yeah.
There's a freak Jack 10 with no queen, but no queen Jack. All right.
Alrighty.
And 8-7
Call.
call. Any raising?
Here might be a sliver. I think I think Pete
Yeah.
really likes 6-5.
Yeah, I think Peak likes the 6-5 and the Wizard just spreads them all. Oh, it likes 8-7 too. Right. This time you call.
See, okay, now this would have a pretty decent chunk of donking in Wizard. But yeah, okay, so check.
Yeah. And
Ooh,
we
big
believe
size.
that is not. Yeah, we believe that has nothing to do with the size, the fact that he went 3 originally. We believe that is a simplification that Peak has put in, that Peak says no donking, no boards, never no donking. And we had even talked about playing that way, saying that we were not going to donk in donking situations because we weren't going to learn the donking strategy
Who's
for a
we?
while. Me and Larry.
Oh, okay. So all right,
Yeah,
so you made the big.
the way the discussion had gone, just to go short, is that the donking strategy is not super common. And not only do you need to learn the flop donk where you know that it's there, you need to learn the right play on the turns and rivers to make it profitable. And I think it was Matt, it was one of the better players who said, you don't need to learn that now, that there are so many more profitable spots for you to become an expert in before you learn the donking strategy. Does that sound right, Larry?
Yeah, I mean, my argument was I asked Phil Galfond about it and
That's-
Jeremiah Williams, and their argument was that yeah, essentially, if we're going to spin cycle studying, we're going to capture more EV in other parts of the tree. And when you look
Yeah.
at the after flop, if they call, which they're going to, the small size we're supposed to use, the strat gets pretty complicated. So learning that part of the tree necessarily doesn't have the return we want.
Yeah. So that's where it came from, Mike. And so I bet that Peak has made that simplification either for that reason or just for getting things done. because Peak hasn't filled out their tree entirely, like they don't have blind versus blind yet. So that may change in the future. And in this case, you did the check, can't be wrong, because there is checking also, and you get faced with a big bet.
We're gonna call, we're not gonna raise.
Yeah. We do a fair amount of raising, even the big bet there.
Yeah,
this
I
combo and
wonder
this
too, because the strategy does not involve donking, that this hand will raise more often than like a wizard type strategy.
Yeah, that's a
Right.
good point.
Right. Yeah.
Also, in theory, if there's no donking, they should be checking a lot more in position.
Yeah. Oh,
Cause we have entirely.
Okay,
You're miserable.
blender time. This probably wants to start folding. That flop and the large size and then an overbet here. I think we can start to fold this top pair.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to and see if I'm
Okay.
how much mixing it does. Should we call just to
Right.
see if
So
we
how
get to
many
see a
people?
river? I would fold here
Exactly.
in game.
So you have folded it, and your points have folded, but let's go further in the blender. If there are any calls, let's suffer through them. Yep, 1.8% calls.
Yes.
You haven't broken the solve.
Yeah, right. So we check. Let's see if they give up.
He just
Yeah.
blasts now,
Yeah, and then the ace, it can't possibly be good.
possibly. Yeah. All right, Dean, I give you value.
Hello? Oh, sorry.
Hello?
I
Dean,
didn't
your
hear what you said, Dean.
microphone's a little bit quiet.
Call. I think Dean said call, because we think call is right. So that's what I think Dean said.
Definitely not fold.
Yep.
Check. The only option.
How big does he bet? He goes. He checks behind.
I'll check again.
Ooh,
Flush completing.
I bet this. I'm betting this. 54% check. Good for you. I'm betting this. He bets 3.9.
Yeah, I'm just thinking what size I want to go to. 11. Go to 11.
Yeah, I don't think you can go for max greed here because of
No,
the
I don't
flush,
think
even
so
though
either.
I think your opponent in real life rarely has a flush here.
Yeah.
I think they've let
I
a
mean,
lot of
he can
flush
maybe go
draws.
for max greeted with like, against aces with the ace of hearts or ace of diamonds, I mean, or kings or whatever, a pair,
Right.
but I don't know. Yeah, just 11.
You don't know and I don't know. Make a decision.
Yeah, 11.
11.
Yep.
No,
call.
not happy. Not happy. And he folded. All right, let's see what it wanted. And then Larry, I'm gonna hand it over to you and bug out.
Okay.
Have fun, you guys. I'm gonna go have dinner in Paris.
Ooh,
Ooh,
fancy. Ooh la la.
salted hammers. All right, so it just respected it did respect his flush
Mm-hmm.
here.
Oh,
And
she go back and do the call
yeah,
line.
and on the turn node, the bet size that it liked was small with the flush coming in. So there's no max greeds there.
Mm-hmm.
It's super small and
Super small.
it accepts the mid size.
Also, there's an argument to make. This is more about the check raise. It's very hard for him to call with anything except maybe a naked flush draw.
Yeah.
Like,
Except you saw we didn't like to check raise.
yeah, I don't think it likes to check raise because it's like the classic only fold out worse called my better thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Except for
Um,
his naked ace X diamond and king X
Yeah.
diamond.
Yeah, because don't you
Queen
think,
X
don't
diamond.
you think that, if he has the, there's only one jack for him to have with the ace of diamonds there. Okay, I gotta go. It's on you
Alright.
guys.
Okay,
Bye.
thanks.
Bye. Have a good one.
Coming, Trink.
Bon appetit, sir. Talk to you
Hey,
next week.
Okay,
Hey,
Are
Larry.
you around next week?
it's the same time, so probably not. I'll check
Okay.
to see what's going on. I'll DM you.
Alright, that's fine.
Okay. Bye.
Um.
Hey,
Okay,
Larry.
what do you
Like
guys
stuff
wanna
share.
do?
Okay, I was gonna say, Larry, do you have control of that screen, or is that all gone now?
I am the host.
No, I know. Do you still have access to that peak that was just up?
Oh, no, I don't.
Okay, never mind then.
What do you want to do, guys? Do you wanna do more trainer work or do you wanna go to Mark's hands this thing?
Trainer.
More trainer, alright. So I could do 10 trainer spots. I'm happy to do them. Let's do them. Here we go. So. Let's do SRP out of position versus button flat. Until it tells me to stop. Um. Why don't I do the first one? The open cutoff versus button with this. I wonder. If we get fakey big bets here. Maybe give me the option for a big bet, so I think we check. No, we just check. I don't think we get check raises with just this combo. We don't call. Just fold. Oh, look at that. Who is calling here? I'm surprised. Look, this is a major blunder. A gut shot and 2 unders. Well, I
think
guess it's
you're
a double
you're
gutter.
double gutter there, yeah.
Yeah, that's what does it. Alright, I'm calling. Okay. Okay. We fold now, solver. We are. Look at that. Got some
Spicy jam.
gangster check shoves.
Super gangster.
I can get behind the check. Yeah, I can get behind the check shove with the 6-pot with the combo draw. With the rest
Well,
of
it's
Well,
that
that's a
6-5 is
flush.
a
feels a
flush
little
now. Yeah.
suicidal against population.
Everything else is a bluff.
Yeah. For equity.
But we do check shove bottom set too. That's pretty nice.
Um. Mike, will you do who's next for me?
Sure. Let me pull up the list.
I'm not a very good multitasker.
All right, Larry, oh, sure, you're Scotty, right?
I'm Scotty.
Okay. Let's go, since I'm looking at my list and we're starting, I'll go next. And that'll be Dean, Tura, and Art.
Here you go.
Okay, let me just write this down. All right, so we raise, we get, what's our action here again? So tell me what we're doing. We're doing
So
3-bet?
this is an SRP out of position against a flat. So we raise, cut off, button calls. No, I'm sorry, this is a 3-bet.
This looks
I'm
like,
incorrect. We're mixing it up today, sorry.
so this is a 3-bet pot and they called,
Yeah. Yeah, no, we're cut off.
or
They
4-bet
3-bet
pot?
us, and then we defend with king 9.
We 4-bet king 9.
Did we? We did. We four bet king nine. You're all right, sir.
And then they call.
And they call.
Okay. Let's go. Should we do with our standard? Let's see, queen 8-4. I mean, it's if we bet. I'm just wondering if we always bet here. So we're gonna bet B25. And we just
Guess
check.
it's so bad it just checks.
Oh Jesus! I mean, I think we just fold, right? I mean,
Let's see if- All right, let's try this again. Who's next?
Dean.
All right, Dean, this is raise. Oh, this is an SRP. So you're in hijack versus button. You got this under pair. What would you like to do?
Check.
Back. Jack. What do you think, sir?
Check again.
I think you check. I think oftentimes when solver takes the check line, it just continues with the check line. It doesn't, especially on a non-equity shifting turn. It's just like,
I mean, I could see it betting just to get some protection, you know, there's so many overs and everything, but
it does a little bit.
yeah, a
But-
little bit.
If you look at where it's betting from. It's betting with, it's starting to bet top pair now. Gonna check. It's checking range on flop, so it starts to bet top pair. Over pair. Chopping set sometimes. And it's got bluffs. Bluffs are coming from like,
Queen high, two
Yeah.
overs.
I guess stuff that maybe blocks his tenants. Thanks, flat. So we check.
Call. Not folding. Not folding at all unless the river's really nasty. Oof. Not the best.
Yeah.
But check call. Oh,
Russell.
that's so gross. Call.
Call. Okay. I'll get a little bit in there. Let's see
Oh.
what our calling region is here. Go down. Well, let's go here first. So. Where is our calling region? Check shove the straight.
Over pairs.
Over pairs hero a lot. Or over pairs
10x.
hero,
That is indifferent even.
yeah. Top pair. Just mixing. Then the under pairs are outie. Second pair, like, maybe second pair has, well, I guess second pair is nice. But I think
Because it
second
blocks the
pair is
sets.
better than under pairs, because second pair blocks sets, I
Yep.
think is the reason.
And two pairs.
And yeah, in theory. So
Oh,
Anyway.
wait, two pairs.
let's see what he
Off
bluffed us with.
6-5 too.
Let's see, let's watch us win against ace. Jack. King, queen, nice job.
Got him.
All right, who's next?
Yeah, second pair is good because oftentimes with that 6, you're gonna have a 5, a 7, or an ace, which all block a lot of value.
Mhm.
Good point. Who's the next victim, Mike?
What
Next
value?
is Tura.
So are you ready?
Ready.
Okay, your SRP,
Check.
and this is, yeah, I think this is pure check. Check in range. Now the question becomes, does this fall into our bluffing region?
I'm gonna check.
I wonder if you get bets here because you're checking range, so you've got your entire range. And he's somewhat capped, although of course he's solving to protect his checking range. But I think you might have, I think you start my constructing just be bluffs here sometimes. Mostly check. I mean, you do get some. Notice that are really aggressive. Is that alright? So when we bet here, we're taking the big size if we do choose to bet, mostly. Like a B 75 and a B 125. So like, if you look at like number of hands, it's gonna be more in this region. So I think that that's because it might block the nine, or it more be that it may be more that it feels it's got a little bit of showdown here, like you
Yep.
a lot. So okay, check. Get you the B50 or just research.
Fold.
Yeah, please fold. Not good enough. Dude, let's see how much we stick in the inside here. So very linear, right? These ace highs. You notice it's starting to bluff. Block into straight. Oh, I guess it's a gutter too. Well, that's weird. But then these go away, and then like I would like probably simplify this and just call ace king at some frequency. All right, who's next?
Art.
Arturus, are you ready, sir?
Yeah.
You have sevens, EP on ace high board.
UTG raise? Oh, button. Oh, okay, so okay.
This is an SRT.
Yeah. Check.
This checks.
Maybe some small bets, yeah.
Notice how much solver protects his checking range here? Like, you look at it, it's checking top pair 70% of the time.
Yep.
I don't think humans do that, but I think because humans don't do it, I think like with our top of range, I do it more like ace, king, ace, queen. I don't know. Maybe you want to get value from lesser aces. Anyway, check. He checks back. What about that? Look at that sweet baby there. What would you like to do, sir?
So since we go mega polar, I will bet again like 200%. So whatever. 175 for 50.
Yeah, nailed it. I would be interested where the bluffs are that are to bounce this out. And they're around. Well, the king seven. Queen five, king six. So like the gutters. Right?
Pocket
And then
fives.
pair of
Yeah.
sevens, I guess blocking his set. To balance the sevens. The gutters with the five, these are all bouncing out this size, whereas we're not using that size much with aces, we're just going small. Okay, so we overbet and he has no interest.
Oh, he folds.
You know, I think he folds his flush draw here. All right,
Does he fold nut flush draw? Top pair?
Says
No,
No,
I
he
didn't.
would. He wouldn't do that. Never mind. That's a dumb
Okay.
question.
all right. Who's next?
Larry.
Okay. Alright, I've got. I opened a very marginal hand in UTG. I don't think we bet this. We check. The question becomes, to turn this to a bluff. One to a straight. You have no showdown.
Do it. We can also bluff on spade rivers.
That's valid. Alright, let's try it. Must give up.
That was a bad influence.
Okay. Now, I wanna try this. It's not gonna like it. I'm gonna try it. Yeah. I don't like this bet. But I don't mind it.
Prevented from being bluffed.
Well, yeah, just like it. I mean. Mark Goon talks about that sizing, just like. He thinks that the low risk, small blocker size, equity bluff. It just so happens folds out exactly this high in a hand. And arguably takes away his opportunity to bluff against population. So it's low risk. He thinks the reward outweighs the low risk because it's such a low risk sizing.
Probably more with like 6, 7, 7, 8 want to do it, because then
Yeah.
when it folds this out, it will
Yeah,
fold out better.
I don't think we really ever use that size in reality.
No, not an ace high board, I don't think.
A little bit. Because everybody's capped. On this line, we're gonna use it because because he's got a cap range after that, after check, 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 check. Alright, who's next?
Mike,
Alright,
we are going to bet. Let's take it a small bet, B2 or B33.
in there. Notice it's in there a lot too.
Mhm.
Yeah, kind of the gutter wrap thing going on. Okay,
All right, out of position when he calls and a brick. This could start to get polar. We don't really have the greatest of suits. Actually, we don't have a bad combo because they have all the back doors. So let's go polar. Let's look at I just don't know if we want to go super big when we're out of position. If we were in position, I think it makes those big bets really much more effective. So let's go B75. No big bets at all.
I mean, yeah, it's so conservative. We're not breaking anything. Let's see what happens. Well, pulling out a better hand. Solver's just conservative. What is it? It likes that size. But it wants the combo draw. That makes sense.
Okay, so there are a lot of big bets here, just not that hand.
Yeah. Open ender. It likes it. Curious. Okay. Who's next?
Dean.
Dean, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. Flop fail, Dean.
Major flop fail. I'm just check folding.
What are we doing with our flop flushes here? We essentially trap half the time. What about our plus ball nuts? Check. We got a lot of. Okay. Continue. Check fold.
Yeah.
Nice answer. Okay, we got a couple more. Tora, you ready?
Ready.
All right. UTG versus button SRP. We have second pair on the king high board.
I'm gonna start with a check.
Interesting. The question I would have is, I wonder how much solver, so we know solver's mixing. I think humans are gonna bet their front door a lot here. And I think the ace takes away a lot of his front door flushes. Maybe not. I think he's gonna bet king. Well, it's the solver, he's gonna mix everything. So what would you like to do now to pair?
Bet 33%.
Yeah. Notice solver's super conservative here. It's only using the small sizing. Flushes are gonna protect themselves here. See this a lot, obviously, we've seen a lot, like just like top of range is half trap checking slash checking range. Two pair is betting more. I think it wants benefits from folds. Top pair is very linear. Okay. He's not interested. Queens are outing. Even that small size. All right, I think we have one or two more
Art.
hands. Who's next?
Yep.
Did you hear me? It's Art.
Oh, sorry. Art. Are you ready, sir?
Yeah.
Good luck. You have luck. And flop to set against button.
Difficult board. Just like on this board, we might have bets because turn is like connecting with four bluffs. If we decide to bet like queen jack, jack
Question
nine,
for you.
we don't yeah.
Would you ever consider check raising?
In game, no.
Okay. I think solver likes check raise often here. I think this is like, so solver needs to protect its checking range because this is actually the most highly, no, it's not, it's cut off from the button. It just, we see that it checks ton out of position. So it needs to have a check raising range. And I think this is gonna fall into it.
Yeah,
I
I
agree.
follow you. We have to have. Yeah, it makes sense. Like if we bet, we have like bet no more than 20% of range, right? Okay,
Yeah.
let's check this.
So what would you like to do here, sir?
Yeah, check.
Yeah, so we can see. Checking
But
68%
if it's a
of it.
9, you cannot bet this board. Like the checks will increase significantly, to like 85%.
Yeah. Yeah, we're checking almost 70%.
You get less turns to barrel on, so you cannot build the wide range betting
Look how
range.
linear we are with top pair here. Also quite a dry texture. Sets. Other important thing to notice here is unblocking his continues. We bet a lot more with the fours. So we check. Let's hope for a bet. It's not obliged. What would you do now?
Check, check. Oh my. I mean, it's so bad. It's so bad. I think we check again. Like if you check spot, like we don't achieve much, right?
So I think we get overbets here. We might continue to check. I mean, I think what happens with such a high equity hand is that we get lots of options, which you saw on flop. I think we're gonna have overbets, and I think we might have checks, but I would overbet here.
But like if you overbet, we okay.
Yeah, I think the SPR is too great for us. It's too high for us
I
to
guess.
check this combo. It likes. Do you want to just go with the most common choice, which is
Yeah,
B75?
okay. Yeah, let's.
I think maybe we just, maybe it's the biggest size we're using here. We mostly check again, but yeah, we just don't have overbets after it goes check, check.
And
And maybe it's also we don't have overbets because it's out of position. Maybe overbets are more in position thing. Mike, does that sound right to you? Do we use more overbets in position as opposed to out of position?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
The one hand that I had, I was suspecting that was the reason we didn't, but then we looked at the range and there was still a considerable amount of overbets, but I'm not sure.
Alright, we're gonna be 75 here. I think what's happening here is that. We just really want to build any kind of pot we can with such a high equity hand. I mean, so I think our hand probably is in the 90s, 89. So we really want to,
oh yeah.
we really want to build a pot. So this is a very interesting spot. So he is now. He's saying he's got 2 pair plus. He's saying he's got ace 10 off. He's saying he's got ace 10 suited, maybe, but he looked at that a lot. Essentially, he's saying he's got what you have, or he's got eights. I think he's saying he's got eights a lot. His
Yeah,
bluffs
so-
are obvious. His bluffs are like combo draws. What would you like to do?
Yeah, jump. Because of
Jam, you said?
combo draws.
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Jump.
Okay.
Hold on.
So I wonder if we could, I think we're gonna mix here. I think against this dramatic sizing. We might have slow play. I think we might click.
Yeah, I think it's gonna like a smaller raise.
Yeah, I think it's gonna click here.
Uh,
I
what's
think,
the reason to click? Like because we are afraid of feats?
no, I think the reason to click is that we want value from stuff that can't fold. So
And how do we
all
build
his,
range?
all his like semi bluff. Here, like these, all his combo draws for sure, and all of his, flush draws are gonna have to call a click. Yeah, I think it's gonna click back a lot. I could be wrong. What would you like to do? Do you want to jam? You said you want to jam, right?
Yeah, I think even call is better than click back.
You want to shove though, correct?
Yeah, sure. I would
Ah,
never.
just slow plays. Let's go take the slow play line. Let's
Okay.
actually. 2, 7, 8. Yeah, it just dramatically likes to. Against this big size, I think it's just driven by this big size, just like the call.
Yeah,
Let's
and
see if, let's see how much our equity now goes down here. So our equity is plummets to 60% when he takes this big size. His range using this size is gonna be so full of nutted hands, like eights, I think they're the most, what I'm thinking of, is that we're quite
yeah,
nervous.
but it's one combo.
So. We call. Hello. Look at that sweet baby there.
We
Does
cannot
we have any
don't
dunks
jump.
here?
Yeah, we have to dunk.
Okay, what size would you like to dunk?
I don't know if he has his queen. If he clicking back with his queen.
I think
I
we don't
think
have
we
dunks
wanna
here.
check.
I think we check a lot. Because he's taking this dramatic line. But we can try dunk if you want. What size would you
But
like?
you You said yourself, like, he was trapping eights and now eights, we beat eights, like he only can have quads. So now we beat pretty much a lot.
Well, I don't know if he was trapping
Rather
eights. I mean,
block the bet.
I think he
he
has a lot
turned
of
very
bluffs
high
too.
equity, so I thought that would be a common combo for him to have. I wouldn't call it a trap. I would call it more that he turned nutted equity. But now he's only got one combo, so we love this hand. Right? He only has one combo of eights. So if there may be donking here, I'm not sure. I think we're mostly gonna check, but if you like to donk, that's fine. What size would you like?
And you check to check jam or check call?
We would check shove, I think.
I don't know about that.
What's the problem? You don't know where we at.
Okay, what size would you like to use here?
60.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
60, red 25, B 20.
61? Okay, I
Yeah.
think we're gonna check, but let's
Yeah.
find out.
Seems reasonable. Seems reasonable.
Yeah, we use a little bit, but we mostly check after he uses this. After he uses that dramatic sizing, that 2x over bet, I think he mostly wanna check. And hope he bets again. Yeah. And notice he did not turn. So he had the combo draw. So. I think our check shove on turn would have been, he would have called it off. But I guess Solver doesn't like it against that big sizing. But this combo draw makes sense, doesn't it?
Kind of.
Yeah. Alright, why don't we call it there, guys, and we'll go to marked hands.
Okay.
We're not gonna get a more interesting hand than that. I'm gonna stop the recording.